Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome to episode 89 of You Don't Win Anything with Kids. Now in the last episode, things got a little bit boring. It was a really long episode, not a lot really happened. So this episode I'm going to try and make up for that with a really exciting match. Here's our first match ever in the Johnston's Paint Trophy. For those of you who don't know what that is, skip back a couple of videos because I explain what the Johnston's Paint Trophy is. It's like the League Cup for League 1 and 2 teams. So yeah, pretty self-explanatory really. Only teams in League 1 and 2 can compete. It's split. This is the interesting part about this competition actually. It's split into two regions, north and south. You can see here, all the teams in the north of the country play against each other. All the teams in the south of the country play against each other. And this goes on right until what's known as the North Final and the South Final. And then the winners of them play each other at Wembley in the actual Johnston's Paint Trophy final. I think the current holders in the real world are Crew, although I might be wrong with that one. I think that's correct though. So yeah, this is the target. The one trophy that I'd like to win this season, if we don't win the league of course, is this, which is the Johnston's Paint Trophy, as I keep saying. So we're going to jump into team selection, clear this. Now, do I go for the 4-4-2 or do I jump back to the 4-2-3-1? It's an interesting choice. It's a very interesting choice. Let's try the 4-4-2 again, just so I can give you guys a demonstration of how much better it's working now. So we're going to stick with the usual Quintaka in goal, Villa at right back. Right, Warnock is going to make his debut at left back. And then we're going to have Hutchinson. No, not Hutchinson. Where did I even get Hutchinson from? I saw his name, that's why. Cartwright at left centre back. Stevens at right centre back. Now in the midfield, this is where it gets a bit tricky. Because we've got so many centre midfielders now. Claberson, I don't think he's in with a shout for this one, if I'm honest. No disrespect to him, it's just he is literally here as a backup. I mean, 1.5 star. No thank you. Who's our best performing centre midfielder? That's Delamond really, isn't it? So we'll have him on the right. I think, actually, if we have Mantum in the team and then swap these two over, like so. And then on the left side of midfield, we're going to have Beckhold. And on the right side of midfield, we're going to have Grant in the team again, because I was so impressed with how he played in the last match. He tore Southend to pieces. And then up front, yeah, it's going to have to be Morrison and Campbell again, really. They're linking up well, these two. They're starting to form a decent partnership. And okay, Campbell's loan deal will expire eventually. We only got him for 3 months, and he'll go back to Newcastle. But Morrison, I think he can link up with anybody, providing you give the right service. Let's put Robinson on the bench for a change, and we'll have Klopmas as well. I can only name 4 subs, so I need to be careful here with who I choose. Where's Tom? Oh, Thompson's injured, so that's not very helpful. Let's go for Rooney on the bench, and let's also go for let's go for Drewson. Yeah, let's go Drewson. Okay, that should be a decent lineup. Squad number has to be given to one player in the squad. Yep, that is Warnock, of course. He will wear number 33, the same number as Gregor Robertson got last season. And let's hop to it. So we're looking for a good, strong performance. We're not playing what you'd call a straightforward 4-4-2 because it's got the 2 wide men playing more advanced. But it's still a 4-4-2 all the same, and we're actually coming up against a 4-1-2-2-1. technically, although I think it's like a 4-1-4-1. So it'll be interesting. We haven't got a cam, so that defence midfielder they're fielding is going to be pretty obsolete for most of this, unless he drops back and forms a defensive 5. So it'll be interesting to see how Colchester cope with the way we set up and the way we play. We tend to attack quite wide, and they look like they've gone for more defence through the middle than down the wings. You can see at the stats there, although it hasn't been shown on screen, we've had 2 shots and 2 shots on target, so we've had a pretty good start to the game. Delamond's been whacked, Beckhold's been whacked. They've just won a free kick, which is pumped miles wide. Do you know what? It looks like Delamond might actually have to come off early, which is a bit disappointing. We'll leave him out there for a little bit longer and see how he goes. Stevens gets the ball to Delamond. He should have gone out wide to Jones there. He decided to go backwards. Cartwright to Stevens, back forward to Delamond. That's a good ball from Morrison. Good one-touch play. This is what I liked about us against Southend as well. And I probably should have shown you guys this. There's Grant doing what he did against Southend. Whips the ball in towards Morrison. Good header away from the defender. What we did against Southend, which I liked the most, was this slick one-touch passing move. So it would come into a really tight area, and all it took was one touch, and it got passed into an open space, and we launched an attack from it. And it was really fun to watch. We played so well in that game. I was so pleased with the outcome. Even if we'd only won 1-0, I was just really pleased with how well we played. And I think the players got a huge morale boost from how easy they found it as well. And again, even though we conceded 2 goals, the way we scored our 5 made those 2 look pedestrian, really. We just totally outplayed them. It was only 2 defensive lapses, really, that cost us those 2 goals. And hopefully, over time, we improve our defence and stop that from happening. Right, Villa thumps the ball clear to Campbell. I think that's Manton, is it? Running through the middle there. Campbell spreads it across to Beckhold instead. He plays it into the channel for Morrison. Back for Beckhold. He's being tackled. Yeah, he's a bit of a heavy touch, and it sort of let him down in the end. He's got it back from Manton though. Tried to knock it through from Morrison, but got it wrong. Back for Delamond. Manton needs to do something productive with it. Sort of playing a strange version of keep ball at the moment. Cartwright to Warnock. He's got Grant down the wing. There we go. Grant can use his pace down here if he wants. He tried the long ranger and it didn't work. But you saw how Grant can just suddenly turn his pace on. And again, watching a man beat his marker down the wing like that, it gives you a real buzz. It's something that you want to see more often, both on TV and especially if you're at a live match and the play's right in front of you. You want to see a winger take his man on like that and not either back off or pass it, try and do a strange, risky pass just so that he doesn't have to run past his man. It's a bit lazy, if anything. You see it so often these days in modern football. They stop and they turn and they look for a supporting runner, and it's just, that's not what a winger should do. A winger's supposed to run the wing, not be a centre attacking midfielder who just happens to be pushed down to the left hand side and is waiting for someone else to make the run for him. That's really lazy. Campbell with the shot into the side netting. Again, we're starting to eject a lot more pace into our team. We've got players, I mean, Beckhold is pretty fast, but players like Campbell, bringing Grant through as well. I've noticed Villa seems to have picked his pace up recently. Delamond's got a bit quicker this season. I don't know whether it's the whole, we've become more full-time and we've got more fitness coaches and that coming in and they're working with the players more, or if it's just their natural progression, but they're definitely becoming fitter and faster. And that really fits in with our style of play. It compensates it fantastically well. Right, so yeah, we're at half-time. And I'm looking at Rooney, and I'm thinking, do I bring him on for Delamond? And to be honest, yeah, I think I should, really. I'll swap him with Mantum as well. So Mantum's now the ball-winning midfielder. and Rooney's the sort of more of the attacking side of the midfield. Especially when you're playing only two in centre midfield like this, you need an attacker and you need a defender. Again, the best combination I can think of is the season Newcastle finished 5th. They had Tiote as the defending midfielder and they had Cabaye as the attacking midfielder, and it really worked well. And even in excuse me, in other teams, you've got players these days like Liverpool. You can have Henderson and Gerrard, and Gerrard used to be the attacking player, but now he's more of the defensive side of it, and Henderson's more of the attacking side of it. And he makes these really long 40-yard runs into the box to get on the end of a cross, whereas Gerrard sits back and helps the defence. You know, you've got teams like Man United where... Ooh, good goal from Campbell. That's a very good goal from Campbell. I'll carry on talking about what I was saying in a minute. Let's just have a look at this goal from Campbell first. Who played him in? Manton. Good little reverse ball there. Good first touch from Campbell to get out from under his feet, and then curls it into the bottom corner. But yeah, midfield, that's what I was talking about, wasn't it? Teams like Manchester United as well. So I've already said about Liverpool. Man United, they don't really have the attacking and defending side of it at the moment. They actually lined up against Chelsea yesterday. I probably shouldn't say yesterday. They lined up against Chelsea with Carrick and Jones playing in the midfield, and both of them are defence players. I mean, Carrick's a defence midfielder and Jones is a defender. No other way of saying it. So that's not a very proactive way of lining up. And then you've got teams like Chelsea, where some matches they line up with Ramirez and Lampard, where Lampard's the more attacking and Ramirez is the more defensive. But again, again against Man United, they lined up with Ramirez and David Luiz. And actually that was an interesting one, because Ramirez used to be the defensive-minded player. He actually became more of the attacking-minded player. So he was the one who made all the runs forward and it sort of made the play happen. And you got Luiz, who's playing as the holding player. And again, if you've got a player who's versatile, so they can 1 minute be the attacking player and the next minute be the defensive player, that's the kind of thing that I'm trying to instill here. So you've got Mantum, who was the attacking player in the first half. He now has to be the defensive player in this half. And it'll be... I mean, it's difficult sometimes because they might forget what they're supposed to be doing. But it's also the challenge of can they play both roles as good as one another? And I'm hoping in this case that Manton can play as good a role, because we're winning and I want to win this match. You know, Colchester are the league above us, so a victory against them would be a pretty good scalp in my opinion. And you know, hopefully we can do it. We have, however, got to defend well. A few block shots coming in there and a good clearance in the end. Campbell went for the flick on. He has got it back from Manton, and now Grant can try and exploit his pace. Look at him go. Pulls away from his man. He'll probably do the same thing again down here. Tried to turn inside, got it a bit wrong. Deflected pass came back to Rooney. Into Villa, back for Grant, into Rooney. Back for Grant again. Back for Rooney. Bad pass from Grant, actually. Bit disappointing, and I'm sure Rooney would have committed a foul if Colchester hadn't have kept hold of the ball. That's a shame, that one, because we were actually going places with that attack. I think it was one pass too many. That typical scenario. I think Grant would have been better just running down the wing, beating his man, and then swinging it across to the far post, maybe, or even to the near post, and getting someone on the end of it. Both our actually, I was going to say both our strikers are in pretty good nick, but Morrison's looking a bit jaded out there, so we'll make that sub. We'll bring Drewson on for Morrison. The other thing I like seeing is when you go on the morale thing here, all green, and it's all darkish green as well. Like, this isn't like a yellowy green. This is green. This is the good one. And then you've got dark green, which is very good. And there's a lot of very goods in our squad as a whole. In fact, I think there's only one not very good, and that's Forster Kasky. But I think that's improving. I think he wasn't in a good position before he joined us. Something happened at Brighton, obviously, that he wasn't too happy about. So he joined us with not good morale, and that's slowly starting to improve. It must help when you're frozen out of one team if you join another team that are on a really good run. And if you become part of that really good run as well, it must really help your self-esteem. Knowing that you've helped another team turn their fortunes round. You can actually then go back to your parent club with a really good mindset and philosophy and end up making a difference for them too. So everyone's a winner, really. Same thing could happen for Adam Campbell, actually. He could make a difference in Newcastle going back. That was not a good goal to concede. That was a really poor goal. Was it Villa who actually got beaten down the wing, or had he gone AWOL? I think he'd gone AWOL. That doesn't look like Villa. Really poor. Front post, Quintana had no chance there. Not a good goal to concede. And actually, I'm looking at Villa. He's not got very good fitness, so bring Robinson on for the last 10 minutes or so. I think these matches go straight to penalties if it's a draw at full time. I think they do. There is one that does. I'm sure it's that one. So I suppose we've lost one of our penalty takers. Actually, what are we watching a replay of? Are we watching a replay of the substitution? That's weird. Yeah, we lost one of our penalty takers in Villa. That's what I was going to say. But I mean, we've still got players out there like I think Drusen and Beckhold have taken penalties for us in the past. Actually, apart from that, I'm not sure who else could. Cartwright, maybe. I think I'd put him as having good penalties. At a push, Quintana. I've given all my keepers good composure. For, you know, if they come under heavy pressure when they're on the ball and they're not allowed to pick it up. You know, that sort of scenario. So maybe they'll be good at penalties, providing they don't think it's a goal kick and hoof it 20 yards over the bar. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I'm hoping we actually get a winning goal between now and full time. That's a good ball from Rooney there to Campbell. Good strike from Campbell. Good finish from Campbell. Very good finish from Campbell. That could be the winning goal. That's his 5th goal of the season. His 2nd goal in this game. An awesome strike from Campbell. Really well played into him from Rooney as well. First time ball. Good first touch there again. And look at that space he opened for himself. You can actually see, I was talking about the defence midfielder at the start of this match. When Campbell got the ball in span, he was actually in the gap between the defence midfield and the defence. So that extra position that they've brought in has done nothing to help them, because Campbell exploited the space, found the gap between the two centre-backs and put the ball straight through the middle of it. So yeah, a bit of a tactical error there, I think, from Colchester. I don't think they did their homework properly. So I've been playing this formation for the last 3 matches now. This is the 4th. So I don't know which tapes they were watching when they were doing background research, but it wasn't this season. Must have had a bit of a shock when they read the team sheet and realised what formation we were playing. Is that a good ball from Grant? I'm not really sure. That could be a good ball from Grant. Drewson gets on the end of it. Oh, he was offside. Pretty poor finish anyway, but the flag went up. I suppose you could say it saved him a little bit. Although it was still a poor run to be in an offside position. Wasn't the best ball through from Grant, admittedly, but still, you expect to be onside. Got 2 minutes left, and then it's a victory, and we're through to round 2 of the JPT. That was not a very good free kick. Well cleared. Need someone to make a challenge. Win the header from Robinson? No. Warnock picks up that loose ball anyway, so that's not too bad. Although he needs to get rid of it now. Where's he playing that? Why has he done that? Oh, I don't like it when they do things like this. This makes me very worried. That really makes me worried. Warnock nearly giving away a penalty, and Manton just deciding to boost it into the crowd for some reason. That was a good clearance there, though. In fact, Campbell, yeah, he's flicked it on there. He's done a pretty decent job. Maybe you could argue that he could have flicked it into a position where he could have chased it down and had a go at goal, but at this stage of the game, and with the scoreline as it is, just any keeping the ball up their end of the field is a good idea. So Kontaka's got a chance to kick it maybe to the corner flag. Doesn't even have to worry about that. There's full time. Adam Campbell should be man of the match, and he is. 2 very well taken goals. I think the second one was better than the first one, really. And we come out with a win. So that's us through to round 2 of the Johnson's Paint Trophy. And that is also the end of this episode, guys. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.